So guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Patrick. I'm the newest member of Awesome. So some of you might have seen me on some other videos, so it's not my first rodeo. I'm hopefully going to be doing more of these on these videos to do some little reviews on some of the cars that are coming into the workshop. Obviously behind me is one of my all-time favourite cars, and this is sort of what sparked the idea for doing this, because I personally think these cars are cool and they're interesting, and I think you guys will probably like to see a little bit more about it and some of the cool features that these cars have got. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to take it out for a little test drive. We'll go through some of the features, and then I'll introduce you what's going to be getting done here at Awesome, some of the stuff that we can offer for these cars, and in particular any car that needs carbon cleans. We'll go through all the process, start to finish. We are going to be doing a dyno before and a dyno after the carbon clean and the tune for the runner flap delete, so hopefully we should be able to see the delta between the two and make some good gains. So before I go out in the car, obviously we'll talk about the interior once I'm in there. Just quickly, I want to show you what makes this car, in my opinion, so unique. So again, keyless entry, one of the first. Pop the bonnet. Oh, I've gone out the wrong side. Oh no, I haven't. Thought I'd make myself look stupid then. So there she is. V10 5.2 litre. Obviously this engine is derived from the V10 that was in the Lamborghini Gallardo of the same era. Slightly different, detuned. This one's supposed to make, on paper, 444 bhp and around about 400 pounds-feet of torque, whereas the Lamborghini Gallardo variant made 50 horse more, thereabouts, 500 horse, and a little bit more torque. Now, they are, I mean, without going into too much detail and geeking out on it, they are basically the same engine. This, at the time, there was nothing out there, you know, a luxury sports saloon that had a V10 engine. Basically, you know, you're driving around in a family car with a Lamborghini engine up front, you know, and that's why, obviously, one of the reasons I think these cars were, you know, super cool at the time, and still are. I'd have one if I could afford to run one. So yeah, that's the engine. We'll touch more on that once we're in the car and have a chat. I'm going to get Mark down and put him in the car with me, so I don't drive around on my own talking to myself. I just don't feel I might look a bit silly. So we'll go get Mark and we'll jump in and we'll go for a drive. They're not good angle for me, this. Let's put that blind back up. I'm just messing with toys. Right. So, test drive time.
Right, so before we start,
Jeremy Vine's on TV. We'll turn that off.
Yeah, especially what I've just seen on there. Right.
Shut that down.
Now there's a reason, and I don't know what the reason is, that this man has been smiling about this car and has been ecstatic about getting on this job. Are you doing this job?
I wanted to, but I ain't got time.
I mean, this car really, I mean, it's a Jason Statham car. That's what it is. And that's what you like about it, isn't it?
It's not just that, no. I like these cars before Jason Statham made it famous in the transporter car chase. They're just epic.
So let's go for a drive in this car. I know you want to go out, and I know we've got 3 days of one. Have you not?
Never driven one.
I've never been out in the car with him, so let's see what we got.
Yeah.
Right. So we talked about this car earlier on in the video, about obviously, well, not the video, probably the video for the workshop stuff that we're doing. And as I said, you seem to be very giddy about it. I can see the smile on your face now.
Yeah.
So explain a little bit about what the car is. It's an S8.
So yeah, it's 2006, or one of the first ones for the called the D3 model, which came with the V10 and the W12. Personally, I think the V10 is the best one because it's a Lamborghini engine. You know, small changes, slightly less power, as I've explained earlier on the video, 50 horse less, but it's a Lamborghini engine.
And it's got rear blinds.
It's got rear blinds. Look, I can put that
I know you've been playing with
them. On the M6 now, there's an issue between.
And that's the radio.
Watch, yeah, that wrong button. Look, rear blind. And sidelines.
Listen, but my Mercedes C33 AMG had that.
Yeah, we didn't have a Lamborghini engine. Yeah. So 450 horsepower family VIP saloon. Now this is a pretty well spec car. So I'm talking to customers for probably too long about this car. The customer actually called to get some prices for some of the maintenance that he wants to do. Now these are a 6-speed ZF box, but technically, along with the transfer box and the rear diff, doesn't need the oil changing. It's lifetime oil. But of course, the customer wanted to get it changed, which, you know, today you can't question that. You know, it's what, how many years is it old? It's 2006.
Yeah, I mean,
it's an old car.
Who really wants to leave oil in?
I mean, it's only done 69,000, which I think is pretty low for a car at this age. So yeah, spec wise, this has got obviously the B&O 1000 watt 14 channel multimedia. So with the motorised tweeters, which you'll see a little video of that. Which, you know, come on, who don't want tweeters coming out of the dash?
We've got tweeters, we've got the rear blinds, absolute rear blinds, sub
on the parcel shelf in silver,
and we've got leather
and leather. So, you know, it's got the carbon pack, which I prefer that to the walnut. The only thing it hasn't got, which is, you know, you're in a VIP car when you've got a fridge. So it hasn't got the fridge in the rear.
Yeah, but my Range Rover's got a fridge.
Yeah. If it's not a fridge,
it hasn't got a Lamborghini engine, but it's got a fridge.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was disappointed when I said they didn't have a fridge, because
you have to have it.
You have to have a fridge. Now these cars and similar cars, VIP spec saloons, I always think, are they a car to drive or are they a car to be driven in? You know, because look at, sometimes the back is the place to be in it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not going to get in the back, but it's again, it's got quad climate, so you've got all control of your climate in the rear anyway, independent, rear heated seats.
Yeah, but there are some cars, it's like a Rolls Royce, right? A Rolls Royce is a car to be driven in, whereas a Bentley is a car to drive.
I've had the pleasure of driving a couple of Rolls Royces, and there ain't much going on.
No,
much going on.
They're very slow compared to the Bentley as well. Don't feel as sporty. But again, it's the same. You know, would you want to be in the back, or would you want to be in that seat?
In this car here, because of that power plant. So I'm going to put my foot down at one point just to see how it pulls. Because again, the point of this as well is.
So we're doing some work with decoking this engine.
Yep. So it's going to have walnut blast, which is a big job in itself.
So we want to see how it, this is going on the dyno at the moment. So we'll be able to, so we can see how it drives now.
Yeah, so it pulls well. But no, it revs right around to 7,000 RPM. You know, for a big engine, that's high revs in my opinion. Now, I touched on the W12 version. So the S8 which is a long wheelbase, came with the W12. Now, if you look at the specs of the W12, obviously it's got more cylinders, it's a wider engine. Exactly the same horsepower.
It's a bit like us, wider boys.
Yeah. Well, it's probably not a good angle for you. So yeah, I mean, I can only imagine the reason they did it is because it's maybe a smoother engine. It's not sporty. But yeah, I mean, I don't know why anyone would choose the W12 over the V10 when it's the same horsepower. You're getting 30 pounds-feet more. That's it, torque. But I would imagine you're getting a bit more weight because these cars are literally 2 ton. I mean, it's got double glazing, so you know, you don't expect this car to not be heavy. Right, so the S8's been on the dyno. We've got the results. We had a little bet on, as you've probably seen in the car. I thought it'd do around, I say 410. Mark said 420. Greg said 380. Did you say 380?
Yeah, I said 385.
385. What did you say? 390. It's done 380, 383. So it's down. I mean, notoriously these do run lower, even, you know, in factory, as do, you know, like the RS4s and stuff. So we didn't expect it to be lower than factory, but obviously that is really low. But good for us, because obviously that means we've got some room to, you know, for manoeuvre when it comes to calibration in the software, and also with the carbon clean. So we should see a considerable increase. Again, torque did 3.4 something. So it's pretty low in torque as well. So we're hoping to gain lots back you know, and up that a little bit, and we'll see the delta between the two. So all in all, not too bad. Did feel a little bit sluggish on the road, which is obviously that's reflecting in the power that we've been given. Got to remember it's a 2-ton car, not really made to go like a rocket. So yeah, I think that's fine. I'm happy with that. Hopefully, like I say, we'll get it back on after carbon clean, and we should see an increase in power and torque. So we'll see. Right, so we're here with Greg and the S8. So just to let you know what we're doing. People are being as noisy as they can. Literally, we're just going to get on with the service first. It's quite a lot with this car, so let Greg take the lead on what he wants to do first. We get all the service out of the way, and then, of course, if we find anything on the service, we can be on with ordering that, and if we need some more time on the car, can get that authorised. So it seems like the most logical thing to do. So we'll catch up with you once the service is done, and then obviously you'll probably get some cinematic shots, and then we'll start ripping inlet manifold off. So here we are with the Audi S8. Inlet manifold's all ready to come off, which should give us a good idea of how carboned up this was. Yeah, it's quite, what would you say, is that a bad one?
Yeah.
That's a bad one. So that's obviously going to be a restriction in power, which is good for us because it means we'll see a really good result from the walnut blast. So obviously if you're interested in getting this done, most of the prices are online on our website. If not, give us a call. If you're wondering if your car does need it, basically any car with direct injection, especially the older ones, some of the new ones have got port injection as well to combat this, but if it hasn't, if it's direct injection, it will suffer from this. So if you're unsure, if you just want to check, give us a call and I can look into it for you. Right, so the software's on there. As expected, we haven't gained much in peak numbers. So we've gone from 418 to 420. The torque's round about the same, 445. But it's not really what we're after anyway, peak numbers. We're just trying to get back some of the torque that we lost low down and mid-range, which we've achieved. And obviously the solution in the software for the swirl flaps, so we don't get any problems whatsoever when it comes to the ECU recognising that they're not there and they're not working. So overall, we've managed to get the car back to, you know, somewhat the original state when it came from factory, very close to the original horsepower. Obviously these were 445 from factory, it's now running 420. I dare say if you'd have run this on a dyno straight from factory, it wouldn't have made 445. That's just my opinion. So next stage, now everything's done. I mean, you'll see in this video, this car's had a complete overhaul with, you know, with the serviceable items and the carbon clean and tyres and too much to list. So I reckon the guy is going to be over the moon with this car. It drives completely different to the first time that I drove it. I've already been out for a quick test drive. So the next step is we'll get Mark, we'll jump in the car, and then we'll do a little reaction video to the difference that you can feel. And it is a massive difference. Like I said, I've already been out for a test drive. Just the way that the car picks up through the rev range just feels completely different. So I'll let you guys see it for yourself in the video.
So here we are, back in the S8. All work done.
All complete.
All completed. We had to do some extra work on this car.
Yeah, we've had to do a little bit of extra work. Injectors needed replacing, which...
So we checked them, and there was no baskets.
Yeah, even just with visual inspection, it didn't even get to the injector tester.
Which was good. Not good for the customer, obviously.
Not good for the customer. Quite an expensive job, obviously, because there is 10. So yeah, that was an expensive job, but in my opinion,
needed. Well,
definitely needed.
Yeah.
You know, and for the time that he's going to have the car, he's going to keep it a couple of years. He said he won't have anything to worry about now. Hopefully.
I should never say that. This is cars. This is what we do.
Yeah.
There's always something to worry about.
I mean, it's a different car. Honestly, I couldn't believe it. I took it out.
So just before we talk about the experience of the car, so let's just, obviously it's had the carbon clean, it's had the injectors. We've then taken the car to the rolling road.
Yeah.
And I believe it's had I mean, obviously it's naturally aspirated, so
The software,
it's had software applied
it
to
has,
the car.
which is more for the swirl flap delete, to obviously make sure that the parameters are changed for what the ECU wants to see. So there's no fault codes, no warnings, nothing flagged up. We also managed to gain back a little bit of the torque that's lost mid-range. But again, peak numbers not really affected massively.
So have we got graphs that we can put up? As we have, I imagined Habib, put graphs up now please, here.
So the main thing for us is the delta between before the carbon clean and then after the carbon clean with all the new parts and all the servicing done, and we gained 40 horsepower.
Okay.
40 horsepower and a little bit of torque. So yeah.
And I imagine that 40 horsepower, is going to be quite noticeable.
So it's sitting at 420 now, which, like I said on the video after the dyno, I would imagine if you took this car out of the factory, straight on a dyno, it'd probably do about 420 anyway. It's never going to do 445.
Yeah. I mean, you've asked me to drive the car, but in all honesty, I didn't drive the car before. You've experienced the car, so obviously it's best that you drive the car and obviously give your experience. So,
I agree. So we're just going to go down here. We'll get a bit of heat in it. Like I said, I've already driven this car. I test drove it for the technician, because he didn't have time. And I was like, wow, different beast. So the customer's going to be on the moon. I know he is. Can't wait to get it back.
Yeah, I heard he's definitely been chasing it to get it back.
So obviously, if anyone's interested in any of the services that we're providing for this car, carbon clean, injector testing, there's a lot of information on the website. If you can't see your engine on there, give us a call.
www.awesomegti.com.
Yeah, I believe it's something. Garage services.
Yeah.
Garage services tab on the right hand side. But again, if you can't see your car there, give us a call, because there isn't everyone listed there. It just takes quite some time for us to compile those prices, so not every engine's on there. But the main ones are. Right.
Well, let's just hope we got a little bit of a clear road so we can just feel it. We can get pretty much around this roundabout pretty quickly. Should be fine.
So it's got 4 new tyres on it.
Okay, what was the problem with the tyres? Did we notice that whilst it was in?
No, he noticed it when he purchased the car. We fit the tyres, we didn't source the tyres, the source is all tyres.
And again, I'd always say, obviously, when anybody gets new tyres from anywhere, always make sure that you don't go out and apply power straight away, especially in wet conditions. Tyres getting a bit greasy, so just be careful with new tyres all the time.
Especially in something like this.
But I'm telling you that for a reason.
Are you ready?
Yeah. Feels a lot nicer, doesn't it?
Feels a lot better.
Yeah.
The thing you notice with this car is it's a heavy car. It goes, but then when you got a brake, you're like, well, that's it.
So what were the figures that it produced when it came into us?
I can't remember on the top, obviously they'll see the graph. Horsepower wise, produced 380.
Yeah.
And then we ended up with 420. So
Nice.
Considerable increase.
But it's not just about the power, it's the feel of the engine now and how it...
I mean, I don't know if it's placebo, but I feel like the throttle response is miles better.
Yeah.
I think you can just feel it as soon as you touch it.
Yeah, it's
you know it goes.
Sounds nice.
It does, again.
With double glazing.
Yeah. So the customer's decided he's going to keep costs down. He doesn't want it too loud. He's just going to remove one of the resonators in the centre, and he's going to keep the valves open permanently. And I think that'll be enough. It's not the sort of car you want a really loud exhaust, in my opinion. It's a cruiser, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So I think we'll wrap it up there, because this is going to be a long video. We'll get back to work. The customer's on his way.
So yeah, brilliant. So thanks for watching. Obviously brought you a little bit of something different and excitement in Patrick's life to do one of these. Don't forget to subscribe, and yeah, look forward to bringing you some more content soon. Thanks.